documents in evidence of the proceedings of the Assembly, including the list of the 16 members of the County Assembly that voted in favor of the removal from office by impeachment of the governor, noting that there has been preliminary issue raised by the governor for Isiolo on whether the County Assembly of Isiolo held its sitting on the said day of the 18th day of June and 26th day of June to table, debate, pass, and or vote on the motion for the proposed removal from office by impeachment of the governor for Isiolo. Now, therefore, the Senate do resolve to uphold the preliminary issue raised on whether the County Assembly of Isiolo held the sittings on that said day, to table debates and vote for the motion to remove Governor Guyo from office, and accordingly terminate the proceedings of the proposed removal from office by impeachment of the governor in question, governor for Isiolo County. So this motion is coming up for a vote by senators this afternoon. The other motion is a preliminary issue on the court orders on the proposed removal by impeachment of the governor. The Senate leader of the majority party states in this second motion that whereas pursuant to Article 181 of the Constitution, Section 33 of the County Governments Act, on Thursday, the 26th day of June, the County Assembly of Isiolo approved a motion seeking to remove the governor from office by impeachment, and whereas via letter dated 26th day of June received in the office of the Speaker of the Senate on the 27th, the County Assembly equally informed the Speaker of the Senate of the approval of the motion to impeach the governor, and further are forwarded to the Speaker of the Senate documents again of the 18 members of the County Assembly, and noting that preliminary issue was raised by the governor for Isiolo on whether, in light of the court orders, the Senate is able to proceed with the hearing on the proposed removal from office by impeachment of the governor for Isiolo. The Senate resolves to uphold the preliminary issue raised on whether, in light of the court orders, the Senate is able to proceed with the hearing on the proposed removal from office by impeachment of the governor for Isiolo, and accordingly terminate the proceedings for the proposed removal from office by impeachment. So in the event senators vote that indeed the House should proceed with the hearing and determination of this matter, and under motion number 1, that the Senate votes that indeed the County Assembly for Isiolo did hold sittings on the 18th and the 26th on the 18th day of June, and subsequently on the 26th day of June, the House moves to consider the matter where the hearing and the determination of the proposed removal from office by impeachment of Honorable Abdi Hassan, the governor for Isiolo, will be read as order number 4 in the order paper this afternoon, where the House will officially be commencing the hearing of this matter. It is a hearing that has been given 3 days for the House to listen to both sides, consider evidence adduced before the House, and make an informed decision on the 10th. The members of the County Assembly will be kicking off this hearing and determination proceedings by adducing evidence before the Senate, seeking to convince the House as to why what they did is what was best for the county of Isiolo. They have been allocated a total of 5 hours for this. This evidence will also be subjected to cross-examination with the members of the legal team representing the governor seeking to have the Senate not really consider the evidence presented by members of the County Assembly as some of the grounds or enough charges to warrant an impeachment. Members of the County Assembly have a total of 3 hours to present their case before the House. That will be commencing immediately after the 2 motions have been negated. If that ends up being the fate of the impeachment or the 2 motions before the House, the governor's team has a maximum of 2 hours for cross-examination. This is a time that the defense team will be banking on to water down the evidence by the County Assembly. It is a sitting expected to last for the better part of this evening, and a few hours into the night. After the evidence by the County Assembly, evidence of witnesses and cross-examination, the Speaker will be guiding the House on matters, questions, and requests for clarifications by senators. We are waiting to see how that pans out this afternoon, as the 2 motions before the House are critical in determining whether the House proceeds with the hearing of the matter before it. The reason as to why we have arrived at these 2 motions is 2 main preliminary objections that were raised by the Defense Counsel, this being the team representing the governor. And some of the issues they raised before the House is that there was no valid or competent motion for the removal by way of impeachment of the governor for Isiolo that was passed from a resolution by the County Assembly of Isiolo. They are relying on High Court order in Isiolo via petition number 004 of 2025 by the governor versus the County Assembly and 2 others that invalidated the proceedings of the County Assembly on the 26th day of June 2025, giving rise to an impunged impeachment, and further that the court proceedings declared the resolution to impeach the governor as null and void, and that there was no legal consequences. The defense team also alleges that in the instance for the County Assembly, on the 18th and the 29th, the House did not sit to pass, debate, and vote on the motion for the governor to be removed from office. According to the council, is that there is clear stipulation in law that impeachment proceedings can only be commenced or sustained before the Senate upon the passage of a valid resolution by the county assembly, and this is in compliance with the procedures laid out in the law governing the removal of the governor from office. And the defense says that the county assembly did not sit on the 18th and on the 26th day of June. The defense also told senators this morning that the purported Hansard reports of the 18th day of June and subsequently the Hansard report for the 26th day of June, that the members of the county assembly and their council have relied upon to furnish the Senate are forged, that the Hansard has been concocted, that the Hansard has been manufactured and engineered in a venue outside the county assembly chambers. Remember, unless there is a gazette notice permitting the county assembly to sit outside the assembly, any decisions made outside the county assembly are considered to have been null and void. We are waiting to see how this will be proceeding. The members of the defense team have also told senators that there exists no vote, no proceedings, voice transcripts of video recordings that corroborate the bogus Hansard reports, as they called them, and invited the Senate to conduct a preliminary inquiry by the way of trial, with a view of establishing the authenticity of the Hansard reports presented by the county assembly in support of the impeachment proceedings. In regard to this matter on Hansard, the members of the county assembly, through their lawyers, told senators that at some point the county assembly of Isiolo was marred with chaos, and following that incident, the Hansard was destroyed. But in seeking to have the Senate uphold their decision and convince the House that indeed they have a watertight case or charges before the governor, the lawyers representing members of the county assembly say they have Hansard proceedings in audio, and that may be presented before the House when need arises. The defense, this being the first battle before the Senate, which is to seek to have the impeachment halted at this particular point or defeated at this juncture, the legal team representing the governor purported that the impeachment motion, as presented by the county assembly of Isiolo, is failing or has failed to meet the criteria and the legal threshold. This criteria and legal threshold is stipulated in Article 181 of the Constitution, Section 33 of the County Government Act, the standing orders of Isiolo County Assembly, and the standing orders of the Senate. The defense team have therefore termed the motion for impeachment that was forwarded to the Senate as null and void and of no legal consequence to warrant admissibility, interrogation, or any further action of the Senate, and hence should be struck out in limine. These 4 areas that the defense team invited the Senate to interrogate keenly and determine whether the House will be proceeding with the hearing and the determination of this matter are forming the basis for the 2 motion that saw the House adjourn its sitting for 30 minutes to allow for the preparation of the supplementary order paper, where immediately the Speaker makes his way back into the chamber this afternoon. The House will